Welcome to Off Topic Tuesday, episode, I don't know.
9?
It could be. That'll be figured out later because we just want to jump right into it because that's where you go.
7.
7.
Episode
All right.
7.
Episode 7. Marvin keeps way better notes. There's a reason Marvin works sales here. Because details matter.
They do.
They do. So, we've had a lot of topics with AI, and of course, it just devolves into things. So now we're going to talk about things AI should be doing besides creating fake porn.
Right. I mean,
there's other uses for it.
But, you know.
There's other uses for it. So drug companies submerged. I like that they submerged them.
Right.
West Virginia in opioids. One town of 3,000 got 21 million pills. And how many pills is that per person?
7,000. So
this is where AI could go, wait a minute here.
Hold on.
You sent 21 million pills to a town with 3,000. And I know Grandma always had a big pill bag. There's a lot of things once you get older you seem to need.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know how all that works. I'm not into medicine. But it does seem, though, if you had an AI system tracking anomalies,
yeah,
they would say, wait a minute.
You would think.
There appears to be more pills than population.
Everybody is really sick in this town.
Everyone's really likes codeine and opiates. The sad story of this is if you are outside of America and watching this, we got a drug problem here if you hadn't heard. And specifically related to this is very tragic that we have these. So we know where they're going. But these are some of the frontline problems with it is where you have systems that go, I don't know, they filled out the paperwork that says they're a valid place for this, and this is where sometimes I think AI can just look for anomalies in the system, and if it doesn't decide to kill all humans, it can also it can stop the humans from killing themselves with drugs.
Maybe this is how they're planning to kill us, is to let 21 million pills go to towns of 3,000.
Maybe the AI system's authorized
right?
They're like, look, the only way to fix you is to make you all go away. So we have concluded this.
Well, yeah, because I assume, right, like they're going to order from different companies, whatever. So each company, they're not going to track like what other company, like how many pills some other company sent you. But an AI can figure that out.
Find it. And this is actually some of the useful things is looking for anomalies in the system, glitches in the matrix, and 21 million pills sent to only 3,000 people.
That's a big glitch in the matrix.
It's a big glitch. So I think there's a lot of efficiencies that can be done. So we were actually coming up with things. We're like, okay, this is an article of, this could happen like this, and this is a better use for technology. So as soon as the person grows up a little bit that was creating all his powers will be used we could once adulthood reaches.
Once he needs some pills.
Now, I love products that I don't know why they exist.
Okay.
But Buddhist go high tech. Acer to launch smart prayer beads. Okay.
I
have a feel. I'm not a Buddhist, but I feel like when you're trying to seek enlightenment and maybe get away from technology a little bit. You're like, hold on, you put your phone down and you got a prayer bead. Let's see if we can Bluetooth enable that. Because I'm like, Bluetooth-enabled prayer beads. All right, Taiwanese computer tech and technology firm Acer is set to launch a new smart product, Buddhist prayer beads, that automatically count the number of times a mantra is recited and transfers merits to a social media platform. So it brags online of your prayers. Like this seems, like I said, I'm not a Buddhist, but this almost seems counter.
That seems counter. Yeah, it totally is. I have explored the merits of Buddhism, and I use prayer beads. On the surface, I see where this would be cool as far as like, because the point of the prayer bead is that you in fact I should have brought mine in. You have what's called the guru bead, and like you kind of start there, and as you do your mantra, you just pull the beads around. It's like an abacus, kind of. When you get back around to the guru bead, you've done however many beads are on the thing, right?
And I think it's a mental thing,
but that's the point. Is like you use the beads so you don't have to think like, did I count? How many did I count? How many did I do?
And you get to the different beat. Now,
right?
I think that's one of those things. Part of anytime if you're doing meditating, or I do things to get away from technology where you just kind of become mindful of my motorcycles and off-roading, but it's because you become focused on that and not thinking about other things. And now you're like, I had to think about this and concentrate, but I don't now because there's an app for that.
Right.
How many count are you up to, Marvin? Like,
and that's the part to me that goes like against like whatever against Buddhism is that like you don't brag about that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'm totally with it if it will count and like give me like if I say
and that's where I want to know how that product meeting went.
Right.
You know what Buddhists don't do enough of? Brag on social media about how many prayer beads they counted today.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not making fun of the religion at all here. I'm just kind of saying from a product standpoint, like, are we getting desperate trying to pitch products? We kind of covered some of the stuff at CES with I gotta admit, the space toilet was pretty cool.
I still want one of those.
I mean, it had different attack patterns for my butt, but
attack pattern Delta, go.
Yeah. I mean, we still really enjoy thinking about, I mean, that is at least a piece of technology that may have been slightly useful, but sometimes I think, prayer beads and bragging on social media about how many you've counted today, I don't know. I'm gonna go with, I want to know about that product pitch.
I guess it'll separate the fake Buddhists from the real Buddhists, I guess.
Fake Buddhists
what does the Dalai Lama have to say about this? That's what I want to know.
Yes.
When he chimes in, then I will know that,
Yeah, what does he have to say?
Yeah.
And what was the market?
He's a science lover.
And what was the market research done? How many Buddhists did they interview for this? Do you have trouble counting your prayer beads? Do you feel it would be easier on social media if you had a Bluetooth-enabled prayer bead?
Well, and that's the thing. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody post, like, ooh, did 74 mantras today. Like, big deal. Good for you. I've never seen anybody post that.
Now, we like to Uber things.
Yes, we do.
We just put Uber in front of things, and that's how things get Ubered. So, Uber being the car company, which maybe we're going to do, maybe we'll do an off-top Tuesday of why Uber's an awful company. Wow. There's so many things that they have done wrong, and they have a new CEO who's been uncovering some of the wrongdoings, and he's being smart. He's getting ahead of the curve by releasing some of the wrongdoings, and so he's uncovering some of the things. So when you Uber something, I don't know that it's always a good thing. Okay, and we're going to talk about this one. This article is really great. So human Uber lets you replace yourself with a Rube with an iPad strapped to his face. And there's a video, of course. And basically, you don't want to go to work because it's snowing out, and someone likes to stay home occasionally when, because they don't want to deal with the roads and So we can have Marv here. We'll just got to find there's someone who has nothing better to do, and we're just going to tape an iPad to his face, and we'll have Marv FaceTime the iPad, because that's the whole concept here. So
exactly
you can attend the meetings.
It's a person literally walking around with an iPad strapped to their face.
Yeah. And you just tell the person where to go. I mean, eventually this will be replaced with robots. It makes me think of, remember the robots on sticks with the iPad faces? What movie was that? Demolition Man had them. I mean, this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
They had them when they had the meetings.
Yeah.
So the concept's not new. We know eventually robot on a stick with an iPad will eventually replace human. But until we can afford robot on a stick, we got unemployed human who goes, I'm in college and I got nothing going on. I'll walk around with an iPad on my face.
And that's when somebody will be yelling that they took our jobs.
They took
when we have robots on a stick.
Yeah, and then we're like, oh no, my job was taken by a robot on a stick. So weird. What else could we Uber, Marvin? What other things require this? What
require require you to be some basically like I can sit and not do anything. And just send other things to do the job for me.
What are some of the other things that need Ubers, I guess, is what other markets? I don't know. It seems absurd. Like, we just put the word Uber in front of all of it. So what are some of the other absurdities, I wonder?
Well, I mean, we've already kind of talked about, that you can just order groceries online and then go pick them up. I mean, you can send an actual Uber car to go do that.
You send the Uber to car, and then... and if you don't want someone to come in, our Kroger's has a cool thing called the Click It order. Right. You pull up in the parking spot, and they walk out and just put all the groceries in your car, and then you just have a TaskRabbit do that. Like, I don't know.
Could I send somebody to the doctor in my place? So I can get a clean bill of health. The doc's like, wow, you have lost a ton of weight, and your cholesterol is fantastic.
There we go. Send someone to the doctor.
I want an Uber doctor. Any of those, like the dentist, I really don't want to get that root canal. This guy can go do it for me.
Yeah, it's a mess. Okay, and we were debating should we cover this topic, but I kind of want to cover it, so We're going to have to go here. This is an interesting security topic, and the graphic for this is outrageous. The Internet of Dildos, a long way to a vibrant...
Or marital aid.
From IoT to IoD. So, you can't make that up, right? So the security implementation of this is where we're really going to focus, because we'll get really unfocused if we talk about anything else.
Yeah.
So the IoD, and it's as bad as you think. So they had a whole list of security vulnerabilities on this. So an insufficient authentication mechanism, insecure direct object reference. Due to flaws in the authorization scheme, an authorization bypass vulnerability allows an attacker to get... Now, this is crazy. So cross-site scripting. This is all... Like, these are not things that shouldn't be on there. This is even worse. They have an exposed administrative interface on the internet via PHP admin installed on there. Now, this is insane. So this company basically, an internet-enabled...
marital aid.
And they have just the absolute... There's no concept of security. And then they can hack and turn these things on. Because who thought you needed to connect this to the internet? So I didn't think this. And this is some legalities that are coming up around this entire topic. So there's a whole list of the insecure vulnerabilities in here, and we're going to release to the...
Does this post directly to Facebook? How many times you've used it?
Oh, yeah, there's a thought. It definitely posts to the world, but because it allows the world to take control over it, and if you registered it, they have your name and information on there. Maybe you want that, maybe you don't. But that being said, is it a sex crime if you did this?
That's the question. If I hack your marital aid...
And turn it on at not the right time, and
Yeah, I guess...
You're not consenting to turning it on. So this is insane,
yeah.
and this is actually a legit problem. So in our effort to Uber everything, and then in our...
Sorry, I just saw one of the names on them.
Oh my God, yeah, we'll let you research that. We're going to release to the security implications of this, and the fact that, here's a question, did they even fix it? Oh, no, this is awful. PHP admin is still... This was released the other day, and they still haven't closed his holes. And I'm not hacking this.
That's a poor choice of words.
We could poor choice of this where it's all...
Well, actually, so
time.
I'm looking at this now, and I'm seeing the one that they're actually talking about, and I think it would be completely possible to commit a sex crime by hacking this, because it appears to be something that a lady would wear all the time.
They have that as an option.
And so if you hacked that and turned it on while she was wearing it, I would think that's non-consensual.
Now, here's what's even crazier about this. So the vulnerabilities were first discussed on 11/8 of 2017. And the public advisory release, they have a whole timeline of all the contact they have with these companies. So if you're considering buying a marital aid, you may stop before you get one that's Bluetooth enabled and think about, did they consider the security and safety of this device?
Maybe just keep it old school.
Maybe keep it old school. But we just want to, this is a public service announcement.
It really is, yes.
So the IoD, Internet of Dildos, that's, I got... oh man! Quit putting toasters and other devices that can destroy things on there. And also, don't internet enable your sex toys.
No, there's no need for that.
There's no need for that. So we're going to leave you with that. Yeah. We still had to have one topic related to sexuality on there. We couldn't help it. It just reading the disclosures and the fact that they don't appear to all to be fixed at all.
Yeah.
There's actually a company before, and I forgot to find the article. Maybe I can find it and leave it in links. But there was a company before that got sued over this and had to settle class action for the same thing. So this is just another company doing the same bad idea. Apparently worse than the other company that got sued.
Go big or go home. That's what I say.
Go big or go home. So, all right, well, that's it for Off Topic Tuesday. We got to get to work today, and more videos and all that fun stuff coming. Thanks for watching. Like the content here. Like, subscribe. Watch the rest of the Off Topic stuff. If you're offended by this, don't watch any of the other off-topic stuff.
Right. Or just skip past it.
Skip
and do your research if you're going to get a marital aid.
Don't get an internet.
Don't get an internet
enabled. Yeah. This is not a thing that needs to be internet enabled. Just throw it out there. Just whatever. You do what you want in private. That's all right. It's all consensual. I'm whatever. But you don't need to put this thing on the internet. I'm just throwing it out there. unless, well, we'll leave you with this. I have heard there are people who want the general public to hack. I mean, this is like a webcam girl thing or something. They want the general public to be able to access it. So there may be even the internet may be creating a new fetish that we didn't even know existed.
So it's a fetish of hack my webcam?
Something like that.
Wow.
Or hack, yeah.
Wow.
All right. Thanks.
Huh.